Shalom, 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 barakatah. Peace and love and blessings. Put it back up. Go to your respected corner. Go on now. Go, get on out of here. Go on, get on out of here. All praise is due to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, that is the Father, the Creator, to the Son, the Messiah. Can you scoot over there? Okay. So today we talking about one of the most important things the Bible is telling us to do, which is keeping the commandments. All right. So that's what we talk about on Script Talk today with your neighborhood Hebrew. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing you the truth in which the Most High has said through His Word. All right. So, keeping the commandments. All right. You have to keep the commandments. That's what the scriptures say. All right. Now, keeping the commandments is showing love to the Most High and our family members. Right. Because those that are keeping the law, that's my family. Right. That's what the scriptures say. Now, do we go off what the scriptures say, or do we go off what you think? You go off what the scriptures say. All right? So now, I'm going to explain that your family is who are those that are keeping the commandments. Explain that. Well, I'll just read it to you. I don't got to do no explaining. It's going to say it right there for yourself. So it's Matthew chapter 12, verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So doing the will, that would be what? Keeping the commandments. That's what that is. All right. So now let's jump on into it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through some very important characters in this Bible, which are our forefathers. Okay. I'm going to jump down from top to bottom, but I'm not going to hit all of them. I'm just going to hit some real key players, all right, in this here book. And it's going to explain the things that the Most High has either given them or shown them, which is to keep the commandments. And we know that they're keeping the commandments if the Most High chose them, okay? Okay. So I'm just trying to just get prepared on this thing. I don't even know how to work this one. There you go. Hey. All right, we're just going to make sure we on right there. All right. So, now we're going to go to the book of Genesis. Book of Genesis, chapter 5. Let him get it, Benjamin, so he can show you. Let him get it so he can show you. Go sit by him. Chapter 5. Verses 29 to 31. Okay? And he called his son Noah, saying, this same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Most High hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. Okay? So that right there is telling us that the one who is going to start off the covenants and keep it to comfort us, which is to save us, which would be Noah. Because Noah did what? That's right. And we're going to get all that. We're going to get all of it. All right? So now we're going to go to chapter 6, verse 8. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and the beasts, and end of beasts that are not clean by two. Okay? So the male and the female. So that was the hint that I gave, is because, hey, shh. That's the hint that I gave, was he was instructed, because he was a righteous man, he was instructed to build the ark to save. Okay? Build the ark to save his family and the animals. What I just read you was, when he would come, he would, this same shall comfort us. Okay? So through him, we shall be comforted. What I just read right here was him saving all the animals and his family. Okay? Male and female of the animals, to save, to comfort. Okay? Now we're going to jump down to, let's see. Yep. 13 and 14. Salakia. That actually went into my point, but I actually jumped the gun on that one, because I actually read the wrong scripture. But I'm going to read them anyway. This is 6 and 8. I actually read 7 and 2 for some reason. This is highlighted, but it worked anyway. But we're going to go chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Most High. Okay? So the grace that he found, okay, in the eyes of the Most High is because he was walking righteously according to the Most High's will, which is why he would be the one to comfort us, which is why he was told to build that ark. Okay? Now we're going to jump down from there, and we're going to jump down to 13 and 14. So now we're back on track. All right? And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. Okay? So I'm just giving y'all the full circle. Okay, now everybody knows Noah. You know what he did, and you know why he did it, because the Most High said it. The Most High would not have said it if he was not keeping the laws. Okay? The Most High would not have said it if he was not keeping the laws. All right? Now, we're going to go into the book of Jasher. All right? You don't have that one, son. It's not in that book. All right? Now, we're going to go to the book of Jasher, chapter 9, verses 5 and 6. Okay? And when Abraham came out from the cave, he went to Noah and his sons, and his son Shem, and he remained with them to learn the instruction of the Most High and his ways. And no man knew where Abram was. And Abram was served Noah and Shem his son for a long time. And Abram was in Noah's house 39 years. And Abram knew the Most High from 3 years old. And he went in the ways of the Most High until the day of his death, as Noah and his son Shem had taught him. And all the sons of the earth in those days greatly transgressed against the Most High, and they rebelled against him, and they served other gods. And they forgot the Most High, who had created them in the earth, and the inhabitants of the earth made unto themselves, at the time every man his god, gods of wood, stone, which could neither speak, hear, nor deliver, and the sons of men served them, and they became their gods. Okay? So the Most High, when Noah was keeping these laws. Noah knew the Most High since he was 3 years old. And then he learned it from who? From the Comforter, who would comfort them, which was Noah through his son Shem, okay, which are relatives, grandfather of Abraham, okay? So that's how he knew the Most High, how he knew to keep the laws of the Most High. So this wasn't by coincidence, okay? It was designed to be this way. All right? Now we're going to jump down to verse 12. And the Most High gave Abram an understanding heart, and he knew all the works that generation were vain, and that all their gods were vain and were of no avail. So he knew to keep the laws. Be quiet. Sit still. Okay? Now he knew to keep these laws. Okay? He knew to keep them all the time, the whole time. Okay? So he didn't have to change up or be something that he didn't know. He grew up in this. Okay? What'd you say? He was true to this.
Yeah.
He was true to this. All right? So now we're going to go to the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verses 3 and 4. Okay? And Abram fell on his face, and the Most High talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations. That's letting you know right there. The Most High built another covenant, just as he did with Noah. Why did he do that? Because he was a righteous man, keeping his commandments, keeping his laws. All right, now we're going to jump down to 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee in the generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a Elohim unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. So you're given, the Most High gave it through Noah to comfort, to let out the seed line of the Hebrews. Okay, so from Noah came Abraham. You understand? From Noah came Abraham, right? That's where the covenants came from. So how do you get the covenants? How do you get the covenants? By keeping the commandments. That's the only way to do it. All right? Now, the Most High had already chosen certain people, but he chose them because he knew that they would keep the commandments. Okay? So where we at? 7. So now we're going to jump down to 10. This is Genesis chapter 17, verse 10. This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. That is a commandment. It's a commandment that the Most High gave who? At this time, his name was not changed to Abraham. It was Abram. The Most High changed it later on. Okay? But this is Abraham who we're talking about. All right? Now we're going to go to chapter 21. Genesis chapter 21. Genesis chapter 21, verse 4. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as the Most High had commanded him. Keeping the commandments is following the commands of the Most High. I just read in the last precept that the Most High said that you are to circumcise your sons. That's a commandment. Here it is, Abraham's keeping the commandment. I'm just reiterating, keeping the commandments. Okay? So now, we're going to go over to chapter 22, verse 2. Okay? And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I tell thee of. Okay? So now, Abraham is following to the T of what the Most High is telling him. He's telling him to take his son up, to sacrifice him and offer him up to the Most High. And he's going through with it. He's following the commandments. He's keeping the commandments. All right? Now we're going to jump back. Now we're going to jump back to Genesis chapter 17, verse 21. Okay? But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. Okay? So it's the Most High saying where his covenant is going again. It went from Noah. It went to Abraham. Now it's going to his son Isaac. Okay? All right? Now it's going to his son Isaac. So now we know that Abraham's son is Isaac. So therefore he's going to be keeping those same laws, same commandments as his father did, which is honoring thy father. Now we're going to jump all the way to chapter 26. I just want to give y'all just a little bit. I don't want to give y'all too much. I'm just give you just a little bit. All right. Chapter 26, verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Most High blessed him. Now, why did he do that? Because he was keeping the commandments. He was following in the way of the Most High. That's what he was doing. Following in the way of the Most High. That's the only way that the Most High blesses you, is by following, keeping the commandments. Okay? Now, remember, like I said, we're going to crack down. We're going to hit, because the blessings and covenants went to who? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Yeah. All right. Now, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Genesis chapter 25. We're going to jump back. Genesis chapter 25. We're going to start at verse 31 through 33. Okay? And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware to him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Now, we already know that the blessings are going from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So therefore, they were already wrestling in the womb. Okay? Esau was the wicked one. He was the one who forced his way out first. He forced his way out first. But who controls everything? The Most High. So the Most High put it in his spirit to get the birthright back from his brother. Okay? Because for Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Go check that out. Mm-hmm. What is that? Romans? I think it's somewhere in Romans. But go check it out. Because I got too many precepts to break that one down. But go check it out. I don't got the precept right on top of my mind. Just go check it out. All right. Now we're going to jump to chapter 27, verse 42. Okay. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. Okay? So, we know before this, the Most High had sent a blessing through Rebekah to tell Jacob to get him a blessing from his father. Okay? So now, not only is Jacob keeping the laws, but he's also the commandment of honoring thy mother and thy father. So first, here's the instance where we understand that he's honoring his mother and what she's saying. Okay, he's honoring his mother. All right. Now we're going to jump to chapter 28, verse 1. And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, and charged him and said unto him, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. So now here we see that his father now is telling him something that he must honor because he is righteous. The Most High said we are not to be mixing. So he's telling his son, do not mix. Do not mix. Okay? Now we're going to jump down to 7. Verse 7. Well, down in the book. You know what I'm saying? And that Jacob obeyed his father and his mother and was gone to Paddan Aram. Okay? So here it is. That's a clear cut of him obeying both his father and his mother, which is what? A commandment that he kept. All right? So now we're going to jump on over to chapter 29. We're still in Genesis. Chapter 29. Okay? Chapter 29, verse 15. And Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be? Okay, now we're going to jump down to 18. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. Okay? So this is Jacob keeping the law, keeping the commandments of what? You have to give a dowry to the father. So that's the 7 years. That's what the father wanted. He wanted 7 years. 7 years you got to work for me. Okay? 7 years you got to work for me in order to take my daughter to wife. Okay? So 7 years you got to put in some work. So that's him respecting what needed to be done because he's keeping the laws of the Most High. Okay? Now, like I said, we just going to chop it down. All right? So now, let's talk a little bit about Moses. All right? So now we're going to chapter 3, verse 4. Okay? Chapter 3, verse 4. We're going to hit 4, 6, 13, and 14. Okay? Here we go. And when the Most High saw that he turned aside to see, our Elohim called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here I am. Okay? So now here it is again. The Most High is calling out to someone. And in this particular situation, this is Moses. Who we know as Moses? That's right. He led Israel through the wilderness out of Egypt. Okay? So therefore, he's touching again to a righteous man who's keeping the laws. Okay? Moreover, now we're on 6. Moreover, he said, I am the Elohim of thy father, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Yahweh. Okay? So this is this is me reiterating all these people that I'm talking about at this point. At this point, they are all and have all followed in the ways of the Most High. Okay? By keeping his commandments. And now he's telling him that I am the Elohim of your fathers. Okay? So you are following them in that same line. You're going to keep these laws as well. And then you're going to do what I'm telling you to do. Let's jump down to 13. And Moses said unto Yahweh, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel and shall say unto them, the Most High of your fathers has sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, has sent me unto you. I am. So he told him exactly what to say and exactly what to do. And Moses did it. He had to go do it. He had to go get right to it. Okay? He had to get right to it. All right? Otherwise, you don't hear about no Exodus. You don't hear about that. Because if he wouldn't have did it and been righteous and kept those commandments, it would have never happened. All right? So now we're going to go to, let me see, chapter 5 in Exodus. Exodus chapter 5, verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Most High Yahweh of Israel, let my people go that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. So this is what's going on. He hearkened unto the commandments and the laws of the Most High. He listened. Okay? He kept the commandments. That's what he did. That's why the Most High told him and Aaron to do what they needed to do.
I can't find it. Chapter 5 first.
Okay, well, he can help you. All right? He can help you out. All right? So now, we're going to keep it going. Now we're going to get to King David. We're going to get to King David. And I'm not touching through everything, as y'all know. I'm not touching through everything. But I'm getting in some key points to let y'all know that this is the whole duty of what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? Of what we're supposed to be doing. It's the whole duty of it. So now we're going to jump to book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. Yep, verse 23. All right? And it came to pass when the evil spirit of Yahweh was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. So this is showing a gift that David got from the Most High, which could what? This gift could lift out evil spirits off of people. And what it did was lift off the evil spirit of Saul. Okay? So why would the Most High give just any man this kind of gift? Wasn't just any man. This man was keeping the commandments. Even as a young boy, he was keeping the commandments. That's it. That's what this is about. Script Talk, keep the commandments. Every day, no matter what Script Talk I'm giving you, keep the commandments. What's going on in the world right now? A whole bunch of confusion and lies. Keep the commandments. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Keep the commandments. Keep your faith. Okay? You have to worry about none of that. All right? So now, we're going to the next chapter over, 17 verse 14. We're going to hit 14, 17, and 45. Okay, starting at 14. And David was the youngest, and 3 elders followed Saul. Now, mind you, on this right here, I just pulled this out to let you know that David was the youngest. The 3 elders went off with Saul to go fight against the Philistines. Okay? So understand that. All right? Drop down to 17. Be quiet. And Jesse said unto David, his son, take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren. Okay? Now this is his dad, his father, okay, instructing David what to do. And he's honoring that. He's keeping a commandment. Okay? He's keeping a commandment. Once again, we're only basing off following the laws, right? Now we're going to jump all the way down to 45. Okay? Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear and with the shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Most High of hosts, the Elohim of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. Okay? So now he's coming and he's doing everything, and he's about to go to war in the name of the Most High, keeping the law. He's keeping the law. Why? Because he's saying, look, you over here killing my people. That cannot happen anymore. It cannot happen anymore. So by the power invested in me, by me keeping my faith and me keeping the laws, we ain't having that. The Most High has instructed me to be done with this. Because if we read before that, when he's talking to Saul and them, when they're like, oh man, you just a boy. He tells them, look, man, the Most High, he saved me and put the power in me to defeat a lion. He put the power in me to defeat a bear. So the same way that they went out, this Philistine finna go out. I don't care how big he is. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because that faith in keeping the law. Because faith without works is dead. Okay? So now we're going to jump down and we're going to talk about the one and only, the Messiah, Hamashiach. All right? Christ. We're going to get that money in right now. All right? So we're going to go to John 1. So it's the book of John, St. John. Chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. Okay? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was Yahweh. Okay? The same was in the beginning with Yahweh. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Okay? Who is this talking about? It's not just talking about Yahweh. This is talking about the Word. Who's the Word? What is the Word? The Word is the commandments, the laws that the Most High set forth that we are supposed to follow, that we're supposed to keep. It's talking about Yeshaya is talking